Ready for liftoff, super dang, you're rocking. Get ready for it. Hey guys and gals, it's me, Super Dang Rocket, and it's becoming more and more likely for Miss Pac-Man to possibly return back to Bandai Namco, since of course right now the rights to Miss Pac-Man belongs to AtGames after all the crazy legal shenanigans, which I'm pretty sure other videos, if you're unaware, could fill you in a lot more better. But yes, I kind of feel like soon enough, maybe even next year even, I don't know, who knows, it could be sooner than we think, Miss Pac-Man will come back. And I kind of feel it'd be fun to predict what Bandai Namco would do once that happens. What will they do to revitalize Miss Pac-Man back into the Namco family? Let's start off with something small and fun, because I kind of feel like Bandai Namco would have thought of this at least at some point while talking about Miss Pac-Man within their offices, because I kind of feel like it will be a missed opportunity to not use Miss Pac is back as a tagline somewhere when Miss Pac-Man actually is back at Namco, because of course I'm pretty sure a lot of people at Bandai Namco are aware of the whole Pac is back need. And I kind of feel like this will be the first time ever that this tagline is used and it actually makes 100% a lot of sense. I'm pretty sure Bandai Namco would use this tagline for a lot of merchandise, like have it be on a t-shirt with a cool abstract design, or just simply using it in the packaging for a lot of Miss Pac-Man merchandise, like a plushie or something with a nice little, you know, I don't know what you call that specifically, like the little cardboard card thing that is attached. You can put there Miss Pac is back and stuff. That would be neat. But of course, what would this all mean for the games that have already been released featuring Pac-Man? More specifically, Pac-Man Museum Plus and Pac-Man World Re-Pac. Of course, these two games originally had Miss Pac-Man within them, but they have to scrub every single appearance of her to avoid all the legal troubles with AtGames. But I kind of feel like, of course, with this comeback in mind, they would be able to restore all the games to their former glory, bring back all the sprites involving Miss Pac-Man and Pac-Man Museum Plus, and of course change the models in both games. But I feel it would be nice to at least have a fun option to see the alternate versions that they did previously, because you can't, you know, go to waste all of the, you know, effort that's put in the redesigns of these characters despite what people may think of them, you know. I guess it's a fun time capsule, even though some people may want to forget it. Since Bandai Namco was willing to update the game to have the original staff who developed Pac-Man World into the credits of Re-Pac, and also even go a mile and you know, bring back a lot more higher quality versions of the music tracks in that game, as well as adding a jukebox too, which is pretty neat. I kind of feel like this won't be out of the question for them to do once they got the rights back to Miss Pac-Man. But what about the game itself? Would they just add it back to Museum Plus? I kind of feel like Bandai Namco would have missed an opportunity if they just did that, and instead do an entirely different game which has Miss Pac-Man as the main game featured in that collection. Because let's be honest here, even though Pac-Man Museum Plus is a pretty stellar collection of Pac-Man games, well, specifically the bite-sized Pac-Man games, there's still some missed opportunities that a lot of people have spotted, and I feel like Bandai Namco could probably take that feedback in and possibly add all the games that they left out in a Miss Pac-Man collection, Sonic Gem style. This collection can include Miss Pac-Man alongside Pac-Man Plus, which I'm honestly surprised wasn't in Museum Plus considering the names and, well, the fact that Bandai Namco was willing to release it in the arcade one-up machines but not consoles for some reason. But of course, since we're talking about Midway games here, I think it's finally time to re-release the Midway distributed arcade games, such as Junior Pac-Man, Professor Pac-Man, Baby Pac-Man, maybe even Mr. and Mrs. Pac-Man. You could try to recreate that pinball machine in-game or something like that. So yeah, kind of feel like this will be the perfect opportunity to do it, because since Miss Pac-Man is back, that means that the family members are also restored to their former glory. So this is a perfect way to celebrate that side of the Pac-Man franchise. And I understand why Bandai Namco didn't release it even when they still had Miss Pac-Man way back when, because the quality isn't as top tier as the Namco produced ones, even though they had a lot of unique ideas. But I feel like since right now we're getting a collection involving Sonic Blast as one of the games, Bandai Namco has no excuse here. This is probably a great opportunity for Bandai Namco to possibly add the, I guess you could say, the PC trilogy of Pac-Man games, which involves Pac-Man Adventures in Time, Pac-Man All-Stars, and Miss Pac-Man Quest for the Golden Maze. Since all three of them have Miss Pac-Man involved in some way, they fit right into this collection. And I'm not sure about this one because I kind of feel like you could flip-flop between this being a full-on remake or a, just a re-release on this collection, and you can probably guess what I'm talking about, that being Miss Pac-Man Maze Madness. I don't know, I kind of feel like even though a lot of people love this game, I'm not sure if it's popular enough as Pac-Man World to really warrant a full-on remake. I don't know. I kind of feel like it's best for Namco to use all the resources as much as they can on a Pac-Man World 2 remake rather than this, but I don't know. That one's kind of up in the air if Bandai Namco would do which direction for that game. You could even have different versions of games that are previously released in Pac-Man Museum Plus, because that game wasn't afraid to add 2 versions of Pac-Man arrangements, so why stop there? Of course, you could have Pac in Time, the DOS version, which I've heard a lot of people like more than the ones found in the 16-bit console, so that would be a nice inclusion. Of course, you could also add the beloved Namco Anthology series version of Pac Attack, I remember, that's the name of it. Of course, which is popularized in the Pac-Man World 2 arcade, so I think it'd be nice to add this here. And as well as another version of Miss Pac-Man, that being the Genesis version. If you can at least, I'm not sure how possible that is since it wasn't really officially licensed by Namco, I think. But yeah, I kind of feel a lot of people should, play that game a lot more. I am so lucky to find an actual copy of the game to play on my Genesis. But of course, not many people have the opportunity, so yeah, why not do that? Other games that they could possibly add include, of course, Pac-Man 2. I kind of feel like they wanted to add it in Pac-Man Museum Plus. There's even little hints in the launch trailer from that game. And I kind of feel like they didn't do it because I kind of feel it would be a bit of a hassle to, redo a lot of the sprites, because it's not a very simple sprite swap like in Pac-Land or Pac in Time. You got a lot of things to redo in that game to actually remove Miss Pac-Man entirely, so I understand why they didn't do it. But of course, once you have Miss Pac-Man, there you go, re-release Pac-Man 2. They're not afraid to do it because they did do it for the Wii U Virtual Console. And of course, you could also add Pac-Man Championship Edition DX, a lot of people's favorite version of the Championship Edition games, so might as well add that there. Finally, to end things off, I think it'll be nice for Namco to release the Pac-Man Battle Royale Championship arcade game into this collection, because even though it hasn't been released yet by the time I record this video, I guarantee you once it does, none of my arcades will have it, because I don't even have the original Battle Royale around my territory. So I'm glad to have the original Pac-Man Museum and Pac-Man Museum Plus to aid in my need for that. So hopefully this brand new Miss Pac-Man collection could also service that particular arcade game. So that's all my fun little predictions of what Bandai Namco could do once they gain the rights back to Miss Pac-Man. Will these ever happen? Maybe some will do to some extent, but I'm not sure it'll be accurately the same. So keep your expectations low. I'm not sure about this. Don't take my word for absolute fact for this. So yeah. But yes, I kind of feel like Bandai Namco should treat Miss Pac-Man coming back as a big deal, because it is just as important as the original Pac-Man. And yeah, I feel like it's always great to have a big celebration once something comes back after it's been gone for a pretty decent amount of time. So with that said, alright guys and gals, thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoy this fun, simple video talking about Miss Pac-Man. And I hope you look forward to more Pac-Man videos and some fun little secrets and surprises to be released on this YouTube channel and beyond. So until then guys and gals, rock it on. Alright, so we're done here for a bit. What the? Did it record?